So here's a backstory of how I became a writer. For the longest of time, anybody that knows me since I was a kid knows that I'm a storyteller. I have always loved telling stories. I have always loved to. There's something we used to do. It's called forging stories. Then I was a kid. It's something called forging stories. So I'll be hanging out with my friends and I'll just be like, okay, wait, let me tell you guys a story. And all of a sudden I'm forming a story in my head. Now, I used to think that this was normal. I used to think that everybody could do it. But I came to figure out that not everybody can do it. Not everybody can just like sit down and a story is already forming in their head, just waiting for them to spill it out. I figured out that a lot of people don't know how to do that. I'm like, whoa, hold up. Is that a gift? Then I was in JS1. Something called free period prep. I can't remember exactly, but that time, like, there's no teacher that will be in the class. So my classmates, they will nominate me, they'll be disturbing me. Wonderful, come and tell us story. Wonderful, come and tell us story. We are supposed to be quiet. So they'll be disturbing me. And then I'll come outside the class and a story is forming in my head and I'm just telling them stories. And people from JS2, JS3, SS1, they will come to our class just to listen to my story. And I don't know. I really don't know. Like, I felt like everybody had that gift. I didn't see it as it was something that was peculiar to me. I didn't think it was a hard thing to do. I felt like telling story would come naturally. It always came naturally to me. I just always had something to say. If you are telling me of an incident, something is already forming in my head similar to what you are telling me. If you bring out a word and tell me, wonderful, write a story about this. I just need like 2 seconds and, the story just forms in my head. It just comes to me. So I felt like this was something that was peculiar to everybody, and unfortunately, it's not. So I'm grateful to God for the gift of storytelling. It's one of the most beautiful things about me. I am a great conversationist. In SS2, they will differentiate science and art and all that. So subjects that I don't offer, I would come outside the class and I would sit down and I would be telling stories to my classmates. They would they would always be like, wonderful, continue that story you were telling us yesterday. Wonderful, continue. I had a wild imagination as a child. I loved novels. Oh my God, I still love novels. Like, you want to make me happy, buy me a storybook. All those Take Me Home, Ada the Orphan, all those books like Purple Hibiscus. Oh my God, I loved novels. Like, they were my drive, and I was a really good storyteller. So I think I wrote my first book. Okay, I have written series of books before them, but now as children, I don't take writing serious. Like, I will write here and there, and they will just get missing. When I give somebody, okay, read my story, they will misplace it and all that. So the first book I wrote, I'm still currently on it. I've been writing that book for more than 5 years now. I'll finish it. At this point, my mindset now and my mindset when I started the book is not the same thing. So probably that's why it's been taking me so long to finish. But I've written other books too, but that's like the first book that I still have a hard copy of. Okay, so the first book I wrote, I think I wrote it when I was in SS3. I think I was about to write WAEC when I wrote the book. It was a really nice book, and everybody I gave that book to read had something nice to say about it. Like, last year I picked up the book and I was reading it and I was like, wonderful, you have a gift. You have a gift that needs to go global. Girl! Oh my God. So, okay, I'll make a promise to myself. I would write the book finish. I would get the book done. I would basically say my writing journey is a roller coaster. It's a roller coaster. It goes up, it comes down, it goes up, it comes down. Okay, so at some point I tilted towards just Christian writing. Yes, I was just writing Christian books. I was writing based on the inspiration from the Holy Spirit. Yes, I was doing that, and it was one of the most amazing times of my life. It was one of the things that made a lot of people know me on social media, because a Christian writer. Yes, so I think in 2024 I started working for this writing company, Hotevion. Yes, and it was one of the things that sharpened my writing skill. It was one of the things that sharpened my writing skill. It made me open to varieties of books. It helped my grammar when it came to writing. So I wrote something. There was like, I do write, okay? So I was reading some of the things I wrote before I started working for that company, and after, there was a huge difference, especially in the show Don't Tell. As a writer or as a storyteller, you should know this the show don't tell principle. So it helps you to show your audience or your reader, rather than just tell them a story, show them the story. So it helps me do that. And it was one of the greatest thing that happened to me, as a writer. Reading is your best thing, is your best deal. As a writer, you have to read.